Wow, time flies. And I want to dive a little deeper because you have so much to say. Whenever you start talking about worship and talking about the Lord, it is honestly like worship. It's like, oh, you're like literally just like plugging into the flow. So let's talk about a little about that. Like, what's the secret? What's the secret when you're leading worship to be able to engage the audience, to engage the church, and to do awesome? You know what I'm saying? What's the secret? What's the secret?
Really, the secret is the secret place. I learned that.
That's good.
Um, so I go back to childhood for just a moment because I didn't realize that what the Lord was doing was giving me. Um,
Mm,
there was this moment where He was helping me to develop a secret place. Even you know what I mean, because I didn't have really anybody teaching me about the secret place. So the Lord had to teach me, and He really did.
mm,
Um, and
mm,
uh-oh, I'm trying not to get emotional.
mm,
Because everything that I lacked at that time,
mm,
the Lord became to me. And when I look back at it now, I go, wow, He was doing so much that I did not even understand.
mm,
But I think the secret for me has always been the secret place,
mm,
even before I knew that.
mm,
It was those moments alone with Him where I was literally alone. I felt abandoned and all of that. He used For me, he used music to do that because I didn't have much that I wanted to do other than sit at a keyboard, even at an early
mm,
age. And so I would do that and find myself just crying, but
mm,
also receiving this wisdom and knowing what to do in life at such an early age,
mm,
knowing, and I remember my mom telling me because I wanted someone to teach me how to play, and they said no, and I got really hurt by that, and I was crying, and I was still a kid, so I'm crying,
mm,
and she says, "What are you crying about?" And I said, "They won't teach me, and I just want to learn." And she
mm,
said, "That's okay, baby. God's going to teach you."
mm,
And I don't even know if she knew what that implied,
mm,
but that's exactly what happened. The secret for me
mm,
throughout my entire life has not been um, anything other than like literally secret place. The
mm,
times where no one was around, and God just encountered me. I encountered the presence of the Lord, and I would just sit in His presence. I would sit in dark churches, like if I had access, because our church wasn't that big, so I could go there and play until the wee hours of the night, and I would just sit there in the dark and just play in this hot box church, and just literally all by myself encounter the presence of the Lord. And
wow.
I really believe that that's how I gained wisdom. It's how I gained knowledge,
Mm.
understanding, revelation. It gave me a hunger for Him. It gave me a hunger for the Word. Gave me a hunger for His presence. I just couldn't get enough. So
Oh man, that's so beautiful. That's awesome. Bible says that he's a father to the fatherless. And it feels like you're describing the Lord just fathering you,
right.
and just like Leo becoming your dad, and just you getting to know him out of just a place of need, just needed him. And this is really good. What would you tell people out there that are that the sort of that want to have that history with the Lord?
I would say you have complete access to that right now
Mm,
because there is a torn veil.
mm,
You have access to that right now.
mm,
You don't need a middleman. You
mm,
don't need another service. You don't need another sermon. These things are great, and God uses those things. But the beautiful thing about Jesus is that He Himself has given you complete access to Him.
mm,
His peace, His presence, His love, His grace, His
mm,
power, His healing, all of the above, His joy. He's given you complete access. All
mm,
you have to do is ask, and everyone who asks shall receive.
mm,
That's the secret. That's
mm,
that's the way in.
mm,
Um, just ask.
mm.
Just
Wow.
knock. Just knock, and the door will be open.
Wow.
Just seek, and you will find. If you
Mm,
seek with your whole heart.
that's beautiful.